This is Ashwin again. How is it going? Welcome back to my series of tutorials on OpenCV3 and Python 3. In the last tutorial we saw how to apply translation operation or translation transformation, also known as image shifting, on a color image, or you can even extend it to a black and white image or a grayscale image. So in general on an image. So in this tutorial we are going to have a look at how we can rotate an image. So let's have a look at the theory first, and then we will go ahead with practical. So as we know that geometric transformation is a kind of affine transformation, and we again need to use cv2.warp_affine function in order to apply that transformation on image. So in the earlier example we manually created the matrix, okay, using which we are applying the transformation on the image. But here in this case we are not going to use we are not going to create a matrix manually. We are going to use a built-in function which is going to create a matrix for us. So that function is known as cv2.getRotationMatrix2D. So this function returns a 2D matrix. I mean, the matrix will have two dimensions. It returns a two-dimensional ND array. So we are just going to use this function in order to get the rotation matrix, or in order to get the transformation matrix. So in this case the transformation is nothing but the rotation operation. That's why the matrix is addressed as a rotation matrix. So in the earlier example we addressed the matrix as translation matrix, and we named it accordingly. So in the example earlier the name of the matrix was T. So in this example, let's for the sake of understanding or for the sake of clarity, let's keep it as R, and then we will pass R here. And let's use this cv2.getRotationMatrix function to find out the value of matrix R. So here also we will keep it R. So this is nothing but the earlier program itself. We are just changing a couple of lines of code, so it is going to make our work easier. Shifted, and we will say rotated. Okay, so this is the main thing that we are going to learn in this tutorial, how to use a cv2.getRotationMatrix2D function. So first of all, we need to specify the point at which or the origin of the origin point. Okay, so usually the rotation matrix it should properly align with the image. Okay, so let's make it rows by 2 and columns by 2. Okay, so columns by 2, comma rows by 2, columns by 2 and rows by 2. And the next thing is that we need to define the matrix rotation 45, and then so 45 is nothing but the rotation of the matrix, or rotation of the rotation that we want to achieve. It is in degrees, it is not in radians. So that's why we can just mention the values like 45, 90 and all that sort of stuff. And finally we need to specify the scaling. Okay, we can even scale the image in this using this get rotation matrix, and then again applying that matrix to warp_affine function. Okay, so let's keep the amount of scaling equal to half. Okay, so let's scale it half. So unlike the scaling operation that we saw in the very first tutorial in this transformation series, here if you specify the scaling, that scaling will be applied on both the dimensions equally. So if you want to scale your image down by half, then it has to be done in both the dimensions. Okay, in both the coordinates, in the x coordinate and y coordinate. So first of all, let's not rotate it at all. Let's see how it looks without applying any sort of operation like this. So this is how we creating a rotation matrix. So as of now we are not rotating, or we are not scaling the image. We are just applying this simple matrix on the image, and we are just printing the value of matrix R, the rotation matrix, on the console in order to see what's exactly there in this matrix before we go ahead with the actual rotation and scaling. So let us execute this code. Yes, so the value of R seems to be 256 and 256. I'm not quite sure why it is not showing the stuff. Let's see what is wrong with this program. Calls by 2 is there, rows by 2 is there, and 0 and 0. I'm not quite sure why it is. Okay, I guess I have made it 0, that's why it is showing us the completely dark image, because you know 1 and then we are going to shrink it to 0, it's like completely dark image. So let's save it again and let's see. Yes, so as you can see, the rotation matrix, it is 0 0. Okay, so we are not scaling that image at all. We are neither scaling it down nor scaling it up. Now let us scale it to half, 0.5. Now it should be something like this, correct? So because we have downscaled the image, the other data points will be filled by completely black color. That is nothing but a tuple representing 0, 0, 0. So all the black pixels that you are seeing on the screen here, they represent the value 0, 0, 0. So that is the placeholder because we are shrinking the image. And now we want to rotate the image. So let's apply a very modest rotation first, 10 degrees of rotation. Correct. So the image will be rotated by 10 degrees. And you can see actually all the values here in action. So whenever you want to apply the rotation by 10 degrees, and it is really very difficult to manually calculate all these things, right? And then apply this matrix on the image. So we could actually calculate all these values by ourselves and then apply these things on the image. But rather than doing that, CV2 provides us, or OpenCV provides us a ready-made function, get rotation matrix 2D. So we are just utilizing that function in order to fetch the matrix, or in order to retrieve the value of matrix, and then we are just applying that matrix to the image. So finally we will apply more rotation to the image, and this is how the image looks like. So you can rotate it even by 90 degrees, and this is how it looks like. If you just keep it 1, so you will get the full image rotated by 90 degrees. Similarly, we can just rotate it by 180 degrees. Remember that if you enter any value more than, okay, let's rotate it by 360 degrees and the image will be as it is. Yes, the image is as it is. So if you rotate it by 370 degrees, the output will be the image rotated by only 10 degrees. Okay, because whenever you rotate anything more than that, more than 360 degrees, it will just, whenever you try to pass any argument more than 360 corresponding to the rotation angle, it is going to divide it by 360 and it will apply the remainder or the modulus of that operation on that image. So this is how the rotation operation works. You can try a lot of stuff with this. So in the next tutorial, we are going to see how to create a rotating image in OpenCV. Okay, so the next tutorial is going to be very interesting tutorial, so do not miss it. Thanks a lot. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you next time.